Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, and shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today, where we'll be relaxing as per usual. Late night episode, mainly because it was a pub quiz today. We did pretty well. I'll be honest, I think this is probably the least I've ever contributed to the pub quiz. It was a very pop culture focused quiz, because the custom round this time was based off stuff in 2024, and a lot of it was pop culture. And then another round was also quite a lot of pop culture. And then of course there's music round, which I never contribute to in any way. So it was only the first and last round I could really contribute much. And even then it wasn't that much, so, that happens. Good evening, everyone. I'm here with a late night broadcast. Hope I can make it through this. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 12:19 AM on Tuesday, January 7th, 2025. I guess it should be Monday, January 6th, 2025, but I'm recording as past midnight because that's how late I'm recording it, really. But yeah, I mean, it happens with a pub quiz. Sometimes you do really well, and the questions are in your favour, and sometimes they're not. And this time it was not, and I was like, I don't know how to answer any of these questions because I do not know the answer to them. One of my other friends, popped off, I will say. There's one round where it's a buzzer round. He had to buzz in for questions, and there's 20 questions or so, and he got 6 of them. And technically one of them he didn't get, and it was really, really unfortunate, to be honest. But he basically would have got it. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes people pop off, sometimes people don't. I mean, Zed didn't pop off. I feel like is just a bit unnecessary negative for no reason. I think. But I was thinking out when I was sitting through the music round, being I haven't answered a question for 3 rounds. The only question I did answer was actually, it was about Blue Sky. It was what social media is this? And I knew it was Blue Sky, but another friend also knew it was Blue Sky, so it was eh. But yeah, apart from that, we're sort of chilling, we're relaxing, having a good time. I say, I mean, not much has really happened since yesterday, to be perfectly honest. I started recording, actually, the new thumbnail art for Animal Crossing. I forgot we were also spring cleaning our place, so we'll continue to doing that. It's interesting, I'm not sure if I'm getting the balance right of exactly the vibe I'm going for. I spoke about it before, but the vibe for this one is much more sort of cool, I guess. It's also a lot more modern. It doesn't feel as Animal Crossing-y, because all the other Animal Crossing thumbnail arts have all been quite cozy, been sort of nice and soft and that sort of thing. This one is not, I would say. I'm not going to say it's hardcore or anything like that. That's definitely too far, but it definitely is erring on the side of less family, not less family friendly. You're gonna get a wrong idea. Or what word would I say? It's a more mature aesthetic, I suppose, but not in a way where I'd be this is. Oh no, we got. Are these duplicates? I think these are all fake, so I'm gonna just throw all of these away. Yeah, not in the sense where it's just oh, this is so mature or anything like that. It's just more it's a different vibe compared to the previous ones, which involves designing a lot of outfits, is perhaps what I'd say. And I'm sort of just I'm not sure if I've quite hit the nail on the head of the exact style of outfits I'm giving, because there are a lot of different types. I'm trying to think of what to say without giving stuff away entirely, It's fun though, it's fun. I am also conscious that I probably will also need to do the thumbnail art for after, because Everhood, I'm going to guess, has, let's say 10 more episodes in it. So probably by February time I need to start doing the next one as well. Oh yeah, I guess we could just always check with this to see if it's real or fake. I also don't mind that we're getting less money from doing this, because who cares? I don't need bells at this point. Yeah, I am conscious as well that Talos Principle is also probably coming to an end, and I'm going to guess Talos Principle has maybe 12-ish episodes as well, so I've got to be conscious of what follows up from that. I know Crab's Treasure's got tons of episodes left, I'm pretty sure, so that I'm not so worried about, but I'll be conscious that it doesn't all coincide together, of Animal Crossing, the story-based game slot and the puzzle game slot, Just got to be a little bit mindful of that sort of thing. But yeah, what are we going to talk about today? I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest. Any sort of games come to mind? Not really. So I guess we'll have a random conversation about something like, oh my, whoa, we have a lot of horseshoe decorations. But nothing in particular. Trying to think of like one of the quiz questions, which I thought was interesting. I don't know. A lot of them was like, well, very modern stuff in 2024, which makes sense because it was the first one after the new year. So of course the quiz is going to be around things which happened for recent events. And I thought, you know, I'd probably be okay at this because I watch a Big Fat Quiz every year, which is also basically another quiz in 2024. So like, even if I don't know exactly what happens, I have like a decent idea. It kind of surprised me how little I knew about the like current 2024 stuff. Like, to be fair, a lot of the pop culture ones also are things like UK soaps or stuff like that, and I have no idea. Like, one of them was UK soaps, one of them was like Strictly Come Dancing participants, and I was like, I genuinely have no clue whatsoever on either of them, because I've seen none of those soaps. Hollyoaks, EastEnders, Emmerdale, Coronation Street? Question mark? I can't remember which ones were even featured on it. I think the only one I knew from the buzz around was, of course, the Blue Sky one I said, and then also there was one about Moodeng, and it's like what creature Moodeng is, and I was thinking about it, I was like, I think it's a pygmy hippo, but I should have buzzed in, I don't know why I didn't. So that's a legitimate one. I don't know if it'll actually let us sell it or not. I think these are all fake ones. But yeah, I mean, I don't really keep up with current trends all too much, to be honest. I'm not sure what the ongoings are, celebrity stuff. It's a thing, right? Like, I feel like a lot of UK pub quizzes have a real sort of tendency towards like soap operas. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing or whatever. Like, if you like watching soap operas, you like watching soap operas. Well, who am I to judge that? Oh, I'm pretty sure this is a legitimate academic painting, so I guess it's just considered fake. But maybe they're all considered fake? Maybe they're all considered fake once you already have them in the museum. I don't know if that's the only thing I could possibly wager. But yeah, so soap opera's not really my thing. Not a thing I grew up with. Not amusingly, when I was talking about the fact that I like dramas, I suppose, in general, amusingly, I don't watch anything like K-dramas or like Chinese dramas or whatever, which, even though they tend to be rather popular now, like K-dramas especially are very popular. I think these are all fake ones from what I can see. Not that I'm too fussed about having a legitimate one, but still. Yeah, we had 2 legit, 2 fake. This is 2 legit as well, I mean, like 6 fake. Where do we get all these paintings from? Because some of these have fake versions, some don't. I don't think this one has a fake version. It's amazing the ones which I actually remember if they have a fake version or not, but yeah, soap opera's never really been my thing. I don't think I've ever watched an episode of a soap opera. But I cannot tell you a single character in any soap opera, I think. I'm not saying that soap operas are bad, of course, but just not really to my sort of tastes as perhaps the most accurate way of saying it. If you live for that drama, if you live for something to check in all the time, as I understand it, and I don't mean this in a dismissive way, soap operas are meant to be sort of like easy watching, right? But not meant to be something which you need to, like, that sounds like it's being rude, and it's not genuinely meant to be rude. It just like is. I feel like if you watch soaps, you probably would agree. But it's like, yeah, it's easy watching. That's why I watch it, so I don't, have to be like, what the heck's going on? I don't have to feel like stressed out or something while watching it. I think those are all legitimate, all fake. It's really hard to tell. This far zoomed out from. It's astonishing how many of them I can identify as being fake or real. This one, the Minsk, or whatever it's called, is a different colour than the fake one. This one I don't think has a fake one. This one's like she's shorter or something in the real one. I think this one's always legitimate, as is this one. The girl with a pearl earring is like she's got a star earring in the fake ones. which I think is all of these. Looking at it, it's a bit hard to tell though. But yeah, I mean, I understand why soaps are so popular. As I say, they are easier to watch, and so it's not like you had to have a heavy buy-in the entire time while you're watching it, being like, oh, you know, I got to challenge my sensibilities. I got to reevaluate all my perspectives on life by watching this. No. Soap operas are you watch it and you go, oh, someone's cheating on someone else. I live with drama. I guess what it must be is sort of like innately within a lot of human beings, there's that sort of vibe for like, I gotta hear about drama. You know, the sort of like the siren's call, isn't it? I think the way I'd put it be like, I don't really live for the drama because I'm just like, that sounds exhausting really, but even I would still probably want to hear a story. Like, imagine someone comes up to you being like, I got this like juicy, dramatic story. My initial instinct is like, okay, you know, I don't really need to know, but I'm sure that there is like, you know, I think the devil is a wrong word, but like that sort of voice inside of you being like, yeah, but what's the harm in me knowing like whatever's going on? You know, come on, tell the story. I'm interested. Reminds me of when I went on holiday, like a big holiday with a lot of us. Like one of my friends, she was just like painting her nails, and I just like joined her as well. And then like another friend joined, and we started something known as Gossip Club. Even though I didn't have any gossip to contribute. Like I feel like I'm not someone who holds on to a lot of gossip. Not by nature of dramatic things. Probably don't happen around me. Is probably what I could say. I don't really pay attention to them or hold them in my consciousness. Or maybe I don't see them as drama. I don't know where on this sort of like weird sliding scale I land, but yeah. And I feel like soap operas are probably a way to sort of vicariously enjoy or live that sort of drama while actually having it affect you, because that's like, I'd imagine, one of the worst parts of a soap opera, like, or of drama from a soap opera, would be like, oh, you know, this actually affects my reality. Like, no one wants to have a situation like where, you know, they get cheated on by their partner or something like that. But, you know, hearing it secondhand, I think, for a story makes people go, Don't quote me on that, because again, I'm not really sure. Either that is or it isn't. Maybe people do watch soap operas because they want to see the drama get resolved or something. But, you know, the only way the drama can get resolved is if you create the drama, I suppose, in the first place. I don't know. Again, don't quote me on this. I'm not the target audience for soap. Well, for a bar of soap, yes. For soap opera, no. Why is it even called a soap opera in the first place? Soap opera. But why is it called... Yeah, a melodrama. That's perhaps the best way. It's preceded by horse opera. Why is it called soap? Why is it called soap opera? Originated from radio dramas, originally being sponsored by soap manufacturers. Huh. Okay. So the soap manufacturers, like Dove, were like, let me get in about Hollyoaks action. I know Hollyoaks was not like a radio drama or anything original. Well, I don't think it was originally a radio drama, but for purposes of joke, you got to suspend your disbelief, I suppose, for it. There wasn't even a punchline to it, to be honest. So then I guess it was just called a soap opera because, it was sponsored by the soap manufacturer, and they all follow this sort of very melodramatic formula. Fascinating, isn't it? I mean, you might be sitting there being like, this is the least interesting thing I've ever heard, in which case, fair enough, but I find it kind of fascinating. Fascinating in the sense that people, you know, it goes on for so long when people tune in. Like, how many actors and actresses have come and gone throughout these shows? That's what I want to know. Probably a huge amount. An unbelievable amount of people who have starred in, you know, died or left or joined the entire show. It's kind of what keeps the entire thing going, the lifeblood of the opera going. And I guess, I think one cool thing about it is because of how frequent it is, it's something you can check in all the time. It's something you can get truly invested into because you're like, oh yeah, I'm invested in the plotline because, you know, I'm following this person. I know what happens to this person. And when they have like a throwback to like a much older previous character who no longer exists in the show or something because they left, you'd be like, whoa, that's crazy. It's just like a very elaborate ongoing storyline. And I can see the appeal of that. Even if I don't see the appeal of it being so melodramatic. I guess I like drama, maybe not melodrama. Which is weird, because melodrama, I assume, comes from, like, melancholy. And drama, so it's like tragic drama, which seems like it'd be right up my alley, but I guess melodrama, to me at least, has this sort of negative connotation of being sort of like a dramatic for the sake of being dramatic. Like, oh, maybe overly dramatic is the right word. Whether it is or not, I don't really know, to be honest. Maybe all the drama and all these soap operas are very well justified, but I think it's an unfortunate case. You know, maybe I would love soap operas, but its reputation sort of precedes it, which makes it less appealing, I think, to sort of chase after is not really the right word, but, you know, it makes it a little bit less appealing for me to sort of want to follow through with this sort of thing. But more power to you if you do. More power if you tune into, you know, soap operas every single week and be like, yes, I'm here for it, this is my jam, I've got to keep up with all the ongoings. I was so sad when this character died. Like, I think it's easy to be dismissive, but, you know, as I was saying before, like, why look down on the genre? This is more joy being in the world, which people are engaging with, having a good time with. Why would I want to hate on that? Just because it's not my sort of thing? Preposterous, I would say. Enjoy your Hollyoaks, enjoy your Emmerdale, enjoy your EastEnders. Because how can I fairly criticise them without even knowing, I suppose, their content? You know, just because they're soap opera doesn't mean they can't be well written. Doesn't mean they're melodrama, if it evokes a strong enough emotion, then isn't that kind of a point in media? That's often what I say, you know, art is something which evokes emotions or makes you think, or both, I suppose. And, you know, there's nothing to look down upon media property which is easier to consume, you know. Not all media properties should be made with such a high level of intensity. Not all of them should be, what's that kitchen show called? The one which is like really high intensity drama. I can't remember what it's called, hold on. Cooking drama, high tension. Not Boiling Point. The Bear, that's the one I was thinking of. Which I've not seen. I don't really plan on seeing it either. As of most TV series. Look, I got one TV series I'm trying to watch through right now. That's Squid Game 2nd season. Because it's been recommended to me. And I kind of am curious to watch it. But I've made it through like the first 20 minutes of episode 1. And each episode is like an hour long. So I'm really not doing myself any favours for the whole actually making it through dealio. So how do you expect me to watch that and then also watch The Bear? I know you didn't, is the answer to that, but for the purpose of my argument, pretend you did. I'm making straw man. It's going to be harder and harder to tell which mats are which, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know, soap operas. If they're your jam, they're your jam. I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm not gonna write it off. I'm gonna say more power to you because you've found joy through something, and isn't that one of the best possible feelings that you can get from something? We shouldn't be looking down on more joy in the world. We should be looking up to it. If anything, we should be like, yes, this is aspirational. Yes, this is more of what I want to see in the world. And being a stopper to that is, you know, more cringe than actually liking it in the first place, I think. You know, you may call me cringe, but I'm happy. And what does that make you? Something like that. Except for I'm not even the target audience of soap operas. Anyway, on that note, I guess I'll round this episode off here. I feel like I've spoken about soap operas before, but I don't really remember when. But in any case, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I've been Dear Darling. And likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope we see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.